name is Sharita Yunusare. My metric number is 08DKA19F1116. Today I am going to present a video about impact of human activities to degradation of water quality. Water pollution. What is the water pollution? Water pollution occurs when harmful substances, often chemicals or microorganisms, contaminate a stream, river, lake, ocean, aquifer or other body of water, degrading water quality and rendering it toxic to human or the environment. What are causes of water pollution? First is industrial source. Industries produce a tremendous amount of waste which contains toxic chemicals and pollutants, causing air pollution and damage to our environment and us. They contain harmful chemicals including lead, mercury, sulfur, nitrates, and many others. Many industries not having a proper waste management system drain the waste in the fresh water, which goes into canals, rivers and later into the sea. The toxic chemicals may change the color of water, increase the number of minerals called eutrophication, change the temperature of the water and pose a severe hazard to water organisms. Biochemical oxygen demand is created by organic waste decaying in the water body. Major sources of BOD are pulp and paper mills and municipal sewage. If dissolved oxygen is depressed to zero, all fish die and anaerobic decomposition generates noxious gases. Second cause is domestic source. Domestic sewage contains a wide variety of dissolved or suspended pollutants. The main organic materials are food and vegetable waste. Plants' nutrients come from chemical soaps, washing powders, and others. Domestic sewage is also very likely to contain disease-causing bacteria which can travel on any waste. The various substances that we use for keeping our houses clean add water pollution because they contain harmful chemicals. Many detergents and washing powders have phosphates which are used to soften the water and do many more things. These and other chemicals contained in washing powder affect the health of all forms of life in the water. Third cause is agriculture source. Not only is the agriculture sector the biggest consumer of global freshwater resources, with farming and livestock production using about 70% of the Earth's surface water supplies, but it also a serious water polluter. Around the world, agriculture is the leading cause of water degradation. In the US, agriculture pollution is the top source of contamination in rivers and streams, and the second biggest source in wetlands, and the third main source in lakes. It's also a major contributor of contamination to estuaries and groundwater. Every time it rains, fertilizers, pesticides, and animal waste from farms and livestock operation wash nutrients and pathogens such bacteria and viruses into our waterways. Nutrient pollution caused by excess nitrogen and phosphorus in water or air is the number one threat to water quality worldwide and can cause algal blooms, a toxic soup of blue-green algae that can be harmful to people and wildlife. Fourth cause is natural source. Acid rain results when sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides are emitted into the atmosphere and transported by wind and air currents. Thus, sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide react with water, oxygen and other chemicals to form sulfuric and nitric acids. These then mix with water and other materials before falling the ground. While a small portion of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide that cause acid rain is from natural sources such as volcanoes, most of it comes from the burning of fossil fuels. The major sources of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide in the atmosphere are burning fossil fuels to generate electricity, vehicles and heavy equipment, and manufacturing oil refineries and other industries. Wind can blow sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide over long distances and across borders, making acid rain a problem for everyone and not just those who live close to these sources. Let's see the effects of water pollution. First one is effects on ecosystem. Besides the inorganic nutrient input with the inflow of the waste water, most of them from factory, decomposition of organic waste in river plant nutrients such as nitrates and phosphates will take place. This process will promote the growth of oxygen consuming algae, especially the blue-green algae which produce cyanotoxics can cause poisoning to humans and animals. The growth of oxygen consuming algae which deoxygenates water most kill the nearest fish and other animals is referred to as eutrophication. Addition of oxygen not sufficient to support life. The second one is effects on human health. Nitrate polluted water can cause incidents of tumor and ulcers. Contact with pollutants can cause skin disorders too. Water pollution also causing increased case of constipation, diarrhea and infection to intestine. It also has dangerous effect on growing fetus in pregnant women. Loss of memory power and reduced mental sharpness. One of the biggest threats for developing countries is the disease caused by polluted water, cholera caused by drinking water to malaria where mosquitoes breed on polluted stagnant water. Regular intake of polluted water may cause sclerosis, skin lesions and problems in blood circulations, mineral deposits in bones. Certain cancers and gastroenteritis will be more prevalent due to water pollution. Diseases caused by water pollution are the major cause of human death across the world. Such toxic material travels up the food chain and affect humans through the fish and meat that we eat. Contaminated water causes the food source and plant life to be destroyed. This inversely affects the climatic and environmental properties required to human survival. Let's see how to improve of water quality. First one is primary treatment. Mechanical screening and sedimentation of undissolved solid in raw sewage is done, but it fails to remove dissolved substance in this liquid. Second one is secondary treatment. Sewage treated. The primary treatment is brought in contact with agents such as oxygen and aerobic microorganisms. They will break down the organic matter, can be harmful into harmless material as hydrogen and carbon dioxide. Furthermore, chlorination is carried out that reduce the bacteria. Further treated to tertiary level, zero measures are adopted for secondary treatment. Trickling filter method, like the filter of mineral water, sewage water passes through a thick bed of gravel stones, so the bacteria will consume most of the organic matter. Activated sludge process. In this stage, the sewage water is pumped into an aeration tank. This tank contains sludge which consisting of bacteria and algae. The bacteria is able to decompose almost all the organic matter and algae will undergo photosynthesis and produce oxygen to promote the growth of these decomposers. Last one is reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis is worked by using a high pressure pump to increase the pressure on the salt side of the reverse osmosis and force the water across the semi-permeable reverse osmosis membrane, leaving almost all around 95 to 99% to dissolved salts behind in the reject stream. The amount of pressure required depends on the salt concentration of the feed water. The more concentrated the feed water, the more pressure is required to overcome the osmotic pressure. The desalinated water that is deionized is called permeate water. The water stream that carries the concentrate contaminants that did not pass through the reverse osmosis membrane is called the reject stream. As the feed water enters to reverse osmosis membrane under pressure, water molecules pass through the semi-permeable membrane and the salts and other contaminants are not allowed to pass and discharge through the reject stream, which goes to drain or can be fed back into the feed water supplies in some circumstances to be recycled through the reverse osmosis system to save water. The water that makes it through the reverse osmosis membrane is called permanent or product water and usually has around 95 to 99% of dissolved salt removed from it. It is important to understand that an reverse osmosis system employs a cross filtration rather than standard filtration where the contaminants are collected within the filter media. With cross filtration, the solution passes through the filter or crosses the filter with two outlets. The filter water goes one way and the contaminant water goes another way. To avoid build-up of contaminants, cross-flow filtration allows water to sweep away contaminants build up and also allow enough turbulence to keep the membrane surface clean.